We'll see what we got here in just a second.
Yeah. Well, my light ain't gonna come on.
I don't know. I punched just 3 times. Let's see what we got. There he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There he is.
Good smallie down there.
Huh?
Good looking smallie down there.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. So you got a spinnerbait blade in his mouth there, don't you, Mike? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
All right, folks. Mike and I are up here on Thursday night after the show. There's the first fish. Yeah, come on off there, hook. Yeah. Well, I can't get the thing unhooked, Mike, which is good.
Yeah, at least
There we go.
Throw it and get off, didn't
Now, buddy, that's a fat-looking fish,
he?
ain't
Yeah, he's fat.
All right, good deal. We'll put him back in the water and see if we can get another bite.
All right.
There he goes.
Back at it.
All
Okay.
right, other than was. He might be. No. He's a little small. Put him on that wool now, bud. Ah, dadgummit. Son of a gun, Mike.
Yeah. In the corner. Going on here, let's see what he's got this time. He finally got another bite on that spinnerbait.
He's shaking that head. You just keep him on there, Mike. We'll be in business.
Yeah. Looks like a pretty fair fish.
Hold on now, bud. Well, he's gonna try his best to get off, Mike.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good smallie on that spinnerbait. Nice.
All right.
We just have to keep after them. They're kind of slow, but we'll stay after them.
Mike's got a big fish on here, folks. Oh man, what a fish! Throw him up in here. Golly, yeah, yeah, buddy. All right. Get your ass up there. Yeah. Let me get the camera back. All right. Yeah, he's longer than the board is, Mike.
Yeah.
All right, he's gone. Good job. Yeah, boy. Let's get another now. All right, there Mike's got another smallie, folks. Good deal, Mike. He hit the watermelon, didn't he?
Sure did.
Well, yeah, we've been thinking dark baits all night. Okay. Yeah, buddy.
No.
Yeah. All right, Mike. Get you another one. We're getting late. We're going to have to go. Okay, folks. Mike and I are down here on Watts Bar. He's drowning minnows again. We'll see how it works out here in a little bit. And remember the sponsors, folks. Let's go fishing. We'll see if we can muster up some of these crappie. Yeah. Mike, you ain't going to cheat me again today like you usually do, are you?
Yeah.
That's what I figured. Yeah. He'll pull the boat right in on top of him there, and I'm sitting back here 20 feet away from him. Can't get a bite. We'll see how it works out. I may have to get on the front of the boat. Mike's got a little old stripe up there right now. Thought it might have been a crappie, but it wasn't. Striper. All right, Mike. I hope he didn't take him in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. All right. Folks, dadgum Mike's got a big crappie right there now. I'm telling you. That's a nice one. You don't need me to measure that, do you, Mike?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Warm my skillet up.
Yeah. Mike's fooled around here and hooked a big cat now. Not great big, but he hit hard, didn't he, Mike? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he hit pretty hard there. Yeah. Slam the devil out of it, he said. All right, Mike, I'll let you handle that slimy rascal. Folks, that Mike's got another big crappie right there now. That's a dandy, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
And to fill the skillet up now.
Yeah, buddy, that's a dandy. All right, we put him in the box.
Yes, sir. Well, Steve finally figured out how to catch one.
Yeah,
well, it's a nice one.
Boy, that is a dandy.
Yes, sir.
I'll take about 10 of them.
Yeah, that's all it'd take.
All right, Mike, get us on another one.
Get us on another.
That Mike's got a big old crappie there. There. Go on, Mike.
Yeah.
Right in the sunlight. Put him in the shade where I can see him. Yeah, there you go. Man, that's a nice one.
Yes.
All right, well, we might be on something here now. Golly, boy, that is a nice one. All right.
All right, Steve's got one on there. He says he's too small. I guess he's just been looking at them big ones too long.
Yeah, he's too little, Mike.
Mm-hmm. Well, see if you can catch you one that's big enough, man.
Yep. Mike is with one of them stripes. He said that's what's getting our minnows, folks. We're bad out of minnows. We're going to have to do something quick.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, get him off and get a crappie.
Yeah.
Won't you look there, what a crappie Mike has got. I believe that's bigger than that other one you had a while ago, Mike.
It might be.
Man, that's a whopper. All right, man. I'll tell you what. Goodness gracious, folks. That's a big one. I'll try to give us a little indication. There that fish is. Man, he's hanging over on both ends. All right, Mike is with another big crappie. Attaboy, Mike. Get you another.
18, 20 foot deep there in that brush. Just wearing it out.
18 to 20 foot in the brush. All right, buddy. Good deal. All right, folks. There's a picture of the fish there in the live well. All right, Mike. Let's rock and roll.
Yep.
Hey, good evening, folks, and welcome to the Let's Go Fishing show. And we kind of had a little bit of miscue there on my fault. I was trying to talk to Herschel about showing the film, and so he could come in here and talk to us about his catfishing trip, and wound up there showing the fishing for introduction. But that's all right. We've done that before. It ain't no big deal. But welcome to the night show, and as you can see, I've got Mike here with me. Want to say hello to Dad and Bill and Polly, and their thoughts and prayers goes out to Bill's brother Vaughn. He had a little episode here last week, and so we want to think about Vaughn and Bill there. Having some problems right now, and hope Vaughn gets feeling a lot better. Mike, we were night fishing up the north to start with, and the wind was kind of a bad factor. I couldn't get you to go anywhere but stay right out there in the middle, so we didn't get much of a chance to get behind anything, block the wind off of us, but we did catch a few fish up there the other night.
Yeah, very few, but we caught a few.
Yeah, had a couple of nice fish, but if we'd have got to stay a little longer, well, we might have caught some more. But anyway, we didn't get up there till late because we left the show and went up there.
Yeah. There's a couple of them are awful nice smallmouth now. I'm telling you, some real nice smallmouth.
Yeah. So we're going to try to make another trip or two up there before it gets too cold, and see if we can't get on them, especially in them dropping the lake up there like they are. They ought to get better.
Definitely.
Yeah. we have had some good trips up there, folks, at night in late October, November, plumb into Thanksgiving. If it's not below freezing at night, you know, we've caught fish up there plumb into Thanksgiving. So,
Sure have.
Mike, it's just, don't ask me how or why, but it just happens that way. We just, they just get shallower and shallower. And I'll tell you a little trick. This next moon coming up, if it's not real bad weather, a buzz bait, a top water plug, and a spinner bait right on the bank, Mike.
Yeah, it'd be deadly.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's yeah. We've done it at times in the past, and when we were able to get up there this time of year, the water temperature cools off and the fish move in to feed, and you know, so that'd be something to try if it's a decent night, and you know, on moon's out bright, be a good thing to try.
Yeah.
You can always work your way out deeper, but we just get right in there where you can reach the bank, reach the rocks with your bait about that far off the bank, and the only bad thing about the top water, Mike, you miss a few every now and then, and the buzz bait.
Yeah, definitely.
They'll just blow up on it and you'll miss them. So I would give you a tip, put you a trailer hook on that buzz bait for sure.
Yes, sir. That'd work.
Yeah, and the spinner bait, we just take a bright colored short arm spinner bait that we fish out there 20, 30 foot deep with, and throw that thing in there on the bank, and just the minute it hits the water, start winding it.
Yes, sir.
And you may go up there and not get a bite, but there's been years past we've done that, and hopefully get to do it again here in the next week or so, Mike. Try it again. If the weather's decent. I tell you what, it's bad enough in cold weather in the daytime, but when your boat's frosted over, iced over at night, it's even worse. You got to really be careful and do wear your life jacket for sure, because you can step up on the side of the boat and you wind up in the water.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Mike, what about the smallmouth trip what we made? Remember anything about the baits and the depth of the water we were catching the fish in?
We started out fishing back up a little bit shallower there, holding about 20 foot deep, and I think we rolled out to about 24 to 30 or something like that, and kept changing baits. You went to that black spinner bait,
mm-hmm.
and caught a few on it, and I kept trying different baits and re-rigging, and finally I got on that purple jig with the purple Ryan on it, and caught that big fish on it, and had a couple of other hits on it, and I think later on there, when the moon come up, I got that one on that watermelon there. I believe that was the last one we showed there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they was in pretty shallow. Them last couple of fish we caught was moved in there a little bit shallower. They was 8-10 foot deep.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. They did change up on us, Mike. They sure did. There's no doubt about it. We went up there last Thursday. It was real clear, bright sky, and the fish when we first got started right there, we was sitting about 28 feet, and throwing up on a little hump there, and about halfway to the boat. So I figure in the 18 to 20, 22 foot range was the first couple of bites we had, and then like you said, the last couple we caught was in there in 10, 12 foot deep maybe.
It sure was.
Yeah, sure did. Okay, moving right along. What about the crappie trip we made there?
Well, we was, later up in the day before we got started there, about 1:30, 2 o'clock, I guess it was. But put in at Caney Creek and went down the river fishing, and fished several brush piles. And a lot of them we didn't get a strike out of. but we did catch catfish out of about everything, and stripe.
Yeah.
We got a few crappie here and there, and they was all running around 18 foot, and I think we ended up with 9 crappie. And, there was some nice crappie in there.
Well, they was.
They was in the brush piles. I mean, we didn't catch nothing off anything else that we tried to fish. You had to be in that structure to find them.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing to me, and this is what we get one good.
Yeah.
Well, I think one structure or one brush pile, treetop or whatever. Well, I think we got 2 good ones off of it, but everything else you fall in there and it's bam. One of us would get a good one, and then that'd be it.
That'd
Catch
be
stripe,
Catfish
catfish,
or
and
something, yeah.
everything
Brim.
else. Yeah. So we had to move around a lot.
Move around a lot.
They'd just be one good one in the pile, and then that was it. Seemed like, and usually you get several, you know.
Sure did.
But anyway, we done that, caught a few fish there, and then this, that, and the other. Now you and Herschel made a trip. You wanted to talk about your bait you brought over right now, or you want to wait?
Oh, he's using the same rig with Herschel that was using with you. Of course, you was using a 1-hook rig,
Right.
and I usually use 2 hooks.
Right. I try to conserve bait, Mike.
I know.
Yeah.
And, but like I say, I'm using 2 hooks on mine, which I'm using that bell sinker that's a 1/2 inch, or 1/2 ounce,
Yeah.
sinker, and usually put my first hook up maybe about 8 inches to a foot above it, and then come up another foot or 18 inches and tie another hook on, and put a minnow on each one, and just straight up and down in the brush piles with it, sitting over top of that structure.
Yeah.
And,
All right.
seems
Is
to
that
work
for us,
pretty
Herschel? All right. Hello, caller.
Hey, buddy, I was going to tell you, I was down here Sunday crappie fishing Sunday morning, and we only had 5 keepers, but we caught anything here to do stripes and catfish.
Yeah, Tiny. That's did you catch all 5 of yours kind of in the same place?
No, it's different places.
Yeah.
One here, one there.
That's the same thing we run into. Very same thing. You just flop in there and bam, get a big one right quick, and you think you can just stay there for 30 minutes and catch nothing but stripe and
Get
catfish.
nothing else. Stripe or catfish.
That's it, bud. Yeah, Mike went through 3 dozen minnows and only caught 9 crappie. You know where the rest of them went.
Yeah, bluegill, catfish, and stripe.
yeah. Herschel hollered catfish.
I see Mike going that way when I was coming in.
Yeah.
30 or so.
Yeah, I went down and met him there a little bit later and got hooked up with him, and we, like I said, wound up with 9. But we're still just a little dab early.
Yeah.
Just a little dab early.
We'll try again this week. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, Tiny. All right, buddy. Good to hear from you.
See you later.
All right, bud. It's Mike. That just kind of stands true to what when he don't get them, he.
Hey, I'm telling you that.
Yeah.
You better have a box of minnows when you go down there, 'cause 3 or 4 dozen ain't gonna do it.
No, I guarantee you they don't last long, buddy. Them catfish and them bluegill and stripers, they get them quick.
They sure do.
And so take plenty of minnows with you, folks, if you're gonna go try that.
Now, Sunday I caught 1 fish out of a tree on the main channel, and all the rest of the trees we fished on the channel didn't get a bite out of.
Mm-hmm.
Most all the others we fished was back off the channel out of the current. Catch a few. And,
Yeah.
Which about the same way with me and Herschel there yesterday. All them fish seemed to be back out of the current. Like you couldn't get them to bite out there where the current was at, or either they're deeper one. They may be out there deeper and just ain't moved in yet.
Right.
The water temperature was 70 degrees yesterday, and it was 72 Sunday in Caney Creek. And, 70 there yesterday. By the time we got loaded up yesterday evening, it was back up to 72. So
Right.
It's fluctuating right there around that 70, 72 degree temperature. So them crappie ought to be coming on it, because there's plenty of minnows down there. I'm telling you, Lord have mercy, I don't see how they can even be hungry as many minnows as they are in that lake right now.
Yeah, I'm like you, Mike. They're thick. There's plenty of bait there for them, without a doubt. It's and I missed get your rig back up there, and let's look at it again and see what the deal is here. Yeah. And you've got them grubs on there imitating the minnow, but that wasn't what you was fishing with. But you might have should have been fishing with that.
Well, I tried a little old grub deal down there, and with Herschel yesterday, and I didn't get a strike on it. And Mr. Everett says them minnows is dynamite on them crappie.
Yeah, so, he sure does.
That's pretty much how I keep it rigged up to catch them. And the only trick I do to it is I like to open the hook up and then come back and bend it a little bit further down here to roll it back in to make it more like a circle hook, to where when it hits the limbs, it'll bounce off. It don't snag into the limbs when you drop it down into the structure like that.
Yeah.
That helps a lot by making the circle hook. Don't seem to have no problem out of hooking fish with it, but it does help it a lot more than what it does if you run a straight hook like this in here.
Yeah.
It snags a lot quicker than what the circle hook does. So that's the only trick to it I know of, other than finding the tree. That's the biggest thing, which the depth finder makes all the difference in the world on that, finding that structure.
Yeah. I ain't no doubt about it, Mike. Next time we get together, I'm really going to concentrate on getting some film on that depth finder and down scan and stuff that you've got there, and I know a lot of people's got them. I wished I had one myself. But it really shows that stuff up good. Not that you can't find them with these other depth finders, but it just kind of makes it a little more easier.
Oh yeah,
that thing. And that stuff just keeps improving all the time, folks. Any more you buy, Lowrance, they and I think they're the best myself. Everybody's got their own opinion, but they're like automobiles. There's several different makes and models. I like their brand the best, but what they tell you that every 5 years that's about the limit. They won't repair, won't take.
Yeah. But there's a few outfits in Florida I found out that will repair those older units.
But they get outdated. I mean, this technology just improves so fast anymore that time they get one tested out and get it on the market, it's done outdated.
It is.
Yeah. It don't take long when you.
I was looking at the book the other day. I was showing it to you that they got a transducer and a scanner that goes on the bottom of your trolling motor. So you're still reading the depth, but you're scanning out, and you can turn that trolling motor all the way around. So if you pull up to a bank or start up there, you can wave out, and you can look down. If you got half your screen on scan, and just like scanning to the side, but you use the trolling motor to sweep it around, and you can see the brush pile and know where your trolling motor is pointing right at that brush pile. Whatever structure you're trying to find, whether it's stumps or rocks or whatever.
Right.
So, it's coming a long way. It's going to keep on where them fish ain't going to have nowhere to hide from you.
Yeah, that's a fact, Mike. That's kind of
you might
about
be able to find them, but making them bite might be something different.
Yeah, I agree. Well, that's kind of getting thin too. They've got stuff out now that they just about, they just gotta be cantankerous and not want nothing to eat to keep from hitting some of this stuff now. So it looks surreal looking. Herschel, let's run that film that you and Mike done there yesterday and see how it turned out.
Day. It's going to be a nice day. Let's see what we can get into here. I might be I got Herschel with me today. We're going to try to catch a few crappie and see what's going on and enjoy the day. It's going to be a nice day. Let's see what we can get into here. I might be able to get some help from Herschel. Steve didn't give me much, so stick with us. He always says, remember the sponsors. Can't do it without them. Appreciate it. All right, folks. Herschel's got him a good stripe there.
It's a pretty little thing.
Pretty little thing. I'm going to beat around here on this tree and see if we can find a little something here. Try something different anyway. All right, we'll get back after it. I left the dang thing on recording. Okay, folks. I got a crappie here. Finally found one down in there. We're going to see if we can fool around here and catch a good limit of them. So hang with us and see what's going on. Okay, folks, looks like we got another crappie here. Pretty nice keeper. We're going to stay after them here on this little old brush pile and see what we can do with them. Hang with us. Alright, folks, I got another crappie here. A good little eater right there. We'll see if we can get a mess of them before the day's over with. Stick with us. On my wrist like that. Okay, folks. Looks like we found another one down there. Pretty nice crappie. I hope everybody can see him. Yeah. There he is. Alright, we're going to go back and try to get another one. Alright, folks, we got another crappie here. Pretty nice one. Let's see what's going on here. I'm hoping Herschel will give me a little help here in a minute.
Hey, I got a stripe.
He got a stripe, he said. We need him to catch about a dozen of these big crappie. And then we'll have some for a fish fry. All right, Herschel. Okay, folks. I think this thing's a filming that crappie. It's caught a nice one, or a big one. You're about 20, 22 foot deep out of this brush pile. Me and Herschel, we're going to stay after him. So if this thing's still recording, then there's you a picture of him. Okay, folks, there's another nice one. I'm still waiting on Herschel there. He ain't holding his mouth right or something. We're going to get back after him if we don't run out of minnows first. All right, folks. Looks like we got another big crappie here. We went over and tried another brush pile. It's a little too deep. Come back over to this one and dropped in there and caught a big crappie off of it again. So they're still here. We just got to stay after them till we run out of minnows. So, hang with us, and Herschel's going to have to catch one here in a minute. All right.
You on?
Herschel's got one on now. Let's see what he's come up with. Uh-oh. Got his old favorite there.
Got me a bass.
Catfish, ain't he?
Yep.
Yeah, got him a catfish. Yeah, there you go. That's a nice one. All right. I know there's plenty of them around.
we'll get back after him. All right, Herschel is, I think he got him another catfish. Yep, he got him another cat. That's a little bit bigger than the other one. He's a catfish fool, I'll tell you that.
That's all I can catch.
All he can catch. Yeah.
I mean, that one,
They're fun to catch.
that's a good size.
That's a good size one. All right, folks, we'll stay after it here. We may find some more crappie here before it's over with. All right, folks. I did find me another crappie. We'll get him in the boat here and see what's going on. I think Herschel will catch one here in a minute, maybe. All right, folks. I finally found another big crappie down there. He's down there suspended about 20 foot deep and 28 foot of water. We're going to get back after him here and see if we can catch some more. Looks like we got one more, folks, for the live well. Pretty nice crappie. Got him about 20 foot deep. We'll get back at him. Okay, folks. I guess you're looking down in that live well there. I don't know exactly how many crappie we got. 10 or 15 maybe. I don't know. We'll count them when we get home, but Herschel done a pretty good job. He got some nice ones in there, I can say that, boy.
Herschel didn't catch one. Not a crappie, at least.
Yeah. Well, we've had a good time. It's been a nice day. So Steve says remember the sponsors and let's go fishing.
All right. Mike, we're back there. And, folks, Mike had Herschel in there with him. And it's good to see them two get to go fishing. And anything you want to touch base on there, Mike? What you and Herschel run into there yesterday?
Yeah, get a lot of minnows because, man, them three dozen we had to start with didn't last no time. We had to go find more minnows and finish the day out. But, I ended up with 11 nice crappie.
Yeah.
So,
That's not too bad, considering there you had 9 there Sunday and 11 yesterday. That's a pretty good little mess. When we going to eat?
well, when the cook gets back home, I guess.
Okay, then. That sounds good. All right. Y'all basically doing about the same thing?
Same thing. We
This hunting structure?
hunting structure, and the fish was still in the same area, 18, 20 foot in that stuff, and they was mostly back off the channel, just a little bit out of the current, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It was something else to try to get in some of them places and find them. I did manage to catch one or two out next to the channel there that was close, but they wasn't out there in the main current. But most everything come just turned back into them little hollers and pockets and stuff where there was some structure and getting on. But now we sure caught plenty of dang bluegill and stripe and catfish and stuff. I mean, you know, like I say, we fed them several dozen minnows.
Yeah. All right.
Had a good time. Oh, it was a real nice day and everything. And no, we had a real good day to fish and everything, and really enjoyed it. So.
Well, that's good. That sounds good, and I'm going to give y'all a little update here. Herschel went this past weekend down to Watts Bar Dam, him and his uncle, I think it was, and they were fishing right below Watts Bar Dam. Mm-hmm. I got him in here a few minutes ago and got all the details. They were right off the base of the dam there, fishing with chicken livers, and they caught over 60 catfish and assorted varieties of fish, and had brought home 7 blue cats, Mike. And Herschel said they filleted them things out and had 47 pounds of fillets.
Mm.
And man, that's a pile of catfish.
That's a pile of catfish too.
And but they had, you know, the big thing was they had a ball catching them, and Herschel said they were had a treble hook and a big heavy weight, and hit the bottom with it, and pick it up about 3 cranks and hold on, he said.
Yeah.
And it didn't take but a minute. They'd be one half.
That's
Yeah, and they was down there in that rainstorm and had 6 inches of water in the boat within an hour, he said.
mm-hmm.
So they run the bilge pump kind of pretty much all day, but they did catch a lot of fish. And so, you know, if you're wanting to have some fun, catch some catfish, that'd be a good place to try right there for sure.
Right now, I don't believe you could find a place that ain't got catfish in it on Watch Bar Lake. Even though he was below the dam, I mean, you know, it seemed like if you getting 14, 15 foot of water on out, it don't matter if you go plumb to 40 foot, you catching catfish. They're just everywhere down there. I never seen so many in my life as what they are down there in Watch Bar Lake.
Well, you know, Mike, that'll bring that. With that said, we need to question the East Tennessee Sportsmen's Association. I remember years back we saw a lot of commercial fishermen on Watch Bar, but I hadn't seen them in years.
That's right. That's right.
You know, I'm talking 20 years, I guess, or a little longer, since I've seen them, and I've seen them all over the lake back when they were down there commercial fishing, up in the Emery, down at Blue Springs, down to the Piney. I mean, they were everywhere, and I hadn't, you know, like I said, it's been a long time since they've been there. We might need to get them back for that, you know.
Thin them down a little bit.
Thin them down a little bit.
I mean, there's so many of them, it's just unbelievable how many you could catch if you wanted to sit there and catch them.
Mm-hmm. They're fun to catch. They just slimy to get off your hook.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they make a lot of racket, too, you know, when you're trying to unhook them. And and we've heard, you know, there's been some monster catfish caught on that Watch Bar Lake, up in the Tennessee River, around the Kingston area, and on down towards Whites Creek and on below. These guys that fish for them, you know, regularly, they catch some nice ones.
Well, what amazed me is I've caught 2 big ones down there, one on a little old hair fly, and it went over 50 pounds, and got another one down there with you on a little bitty minnow that wasn't an inch long.
Yeah.
It's something that big would poof. But it gets close to him, he just sucks it in. And
Yeah, I mean, you know, those things have powerful jaws.
Oh, Lord.
They, you know, they can clamp down, and I don't know what the PSI is, but they definitely got a strong bite, and if they're when they flex their gills, if that suction and is as much as their bite is, they don't have to be but a foot or so of a bait, and they got it.
They can suck it in.
Yeah, they can suck it in. They sure can. So they just, you know, but anyway, there's a lot of catfish down there.
They sure is.
There's a lot of catfish down there. Herschel, last week, I think I might have said Thursday night that the East Tennessee Sportsmen's Association was going to meet this past Tuesday. Well, that was wrong. If I did say that, their meeting is this coming Tuesday, and they'll be at the Roan Street Grill, and I can almost bet you that I did say it was going to be this past Tuesday night, and I don't know how I got the dates mixed up on the calendar or what have you, but they are going to meet this coming Tuesday at the Roan Street Grill there in Harriman. So remember that organization. We need to support it. Get in, come down there and get you a good meal and enjoy a good meeting. They bring up some good topics, have some good discussions, and if we, you know, trying to get, they know they're working on the people to contact to get things done that we've talked about. So I really want to pat Willie and Bud on the back and tell them to just stay at it and you know, getting to these meetings that TVA, TWRA has, and that kind of thing to get a few things fixed up for us and make things happen.
Yep.
So remember that. That's coming up this Tuesday night down at the Roan Street Grill in Harriman. And you, like I said, you can get you a great meal and attend a good meeting all at the same time, at the same place. Right quick, a couple of other announcements while I'm going into it. Herschel, show us the Norwood Boys and Girls Club flyer, would you please? There you go, folks. I promised those people I'd do that as a favor, and it's a good thing. Look that over. If you want to advertise and you support the Boys and Girls Club there in Norwood, and it, also, you know, it supports your business, advertise for your business, give those folks a call to phone numbers 435-7963 at Bonnie Ivy, and or the Boys Girls Club is 435-6558. So give, you know, if you're interested in putting a sign up there on the ball field, give those folks a call. Sure appreciate it. I'm sure they would too. Let's see. October Sky Festival, Oliver Springs, this coming Saturday. And that's what, 9 to 4, Herschel? Yeah. Yeah, okay. I promised folks I'd mention that on tonight's show. They got a lot of things set up, planned on, going on down there, folks. If you haven't been, it'd be something to go through. They've got the museum, been working on that place, getting a lot of historical facts together and things there in the museum at Oliver Springs, and got a lot of vendors going to be there down at the Arrowhead Park location, plus the old depot museum there. They've got a lot of new parking made around that place, so you know, be a nice day. Be down there and check that out.
You sure will. Sure will. They're working hard at it too.
They sure are, Mike. They definitely are. So wanted to give them a chance. So that's 9 to 4, Saturday, October the 17th, and that'll do that. Mike, that pretty well takes care of the announcements I got. Let's see, the Heartland Tournament, getting into that. And Ed Galt, you can call us you can call in any time, you know, give us a fishing report. Heartland Anglers, their classic is at Chickamauga this weekend, actually tomorrow and Saturday. Our Dayton Boat Dock. Our Dayton Boat Dock not in. I don't know if you can get in.
That's right.
Because they're going to blast off there in the morning, and that's a 300-400 boats there, man. It's a lot of boats in one place, but they do a great job on handling the crowd.
Yeah, we have to commend that city of Dayton getting involved in that, because they sure put a lot of people out there to help everything out.
They sure do, Mike. They
launching, the parking, the weigh-ins, and everything you can think of. They really work hard at it.
They do that. That's a fact. They also, you know, when you put in around here or go park your vehicle, they got golf carts carry you back to the to your boat, or to where the dock is. You can get in your boat and all that kind of stuff. They do a good job. I want that. There's no doubt about that. They support that thing really great. Then we got James Knuckles Volunteer Bass Trail. Their next tournament's going to be on November the 14th at Chickamauga, Mike, and that'll be a good tournament.
Oh, it sure will.
Yeah, they're the frog bite or the rat bite is going to get better and better down there. It's kind of coming on right now, but it's just going to get, that water cools off, they're going to get in there, and that'll be some good fishing there. So that'll be a good tournament to fish right there. Like to try to fish that one myself. You know, fella get some good fish. There was a couple of 9-pounders caught on Chickamauga this past week, I was told, and so you know, they're picking up a few of the better fish right now, Mike, down there. And like I said, it's going to get better. So remember that. That's the Volunteer Bass Trail, November the 14th, Chickamauga, and that is at Chester Frost. So you got about another 20 miles on down the road to get to the launch ramp on that deal, Mike.
Sure do.
And so want to support that all we can. That's Phoenix Boat sponsored, and James Knuckles the director on that. And I've heard they have James runs a good tournament. There's no doubt about it. So anyway, we're working on that right there, and Mike, you got anything you want to add?
Yeah, other than the bite's going to get better everywhere. I mean, it's not only going to be better, I think, at Norris, but the crappie and stuff's going to get better. The bass too down at Watch Bar, and I'm sure on Milton Hill, and Loudon, Delco probably even getting better. This thing cooling off, things are going to get better all the way around.
Yeah.
And, but the milfoil is scattering around and coming on with it at Watch Bar. A couple more years, it'll be a pretty big deal down there too.
Well, you know, you and I noticed a lot of patches. The thing and I brought it up to you down there Sunday. Man, that made me think of something else. Bill, I know you're still watching. Gary Smith said to tell you I've got work around him the last few weeks, and he said me to tell you hello. And I wanted to make sure I done that. So we'll talk after the show, but he wanted me to pass that along to you. He said hello. You know, there were some spots up the Clinch River last year that was pretty heavy. That by the time the fall came around, the milfoil growed up out through, you know, into about 4 foot of water. But this year it's not there. So, and we talked, you know, back late 70s, early 80s at Watts Bar, the grass was out there 9, 10, 11 foot of water.
Yeah, about 10 foot was about the edge of it all over the lake, yeah.
Yeah, and well, you draw the lake down 4 feet, you still got quite a bit of grass in the water. Nowadays, what I'm saying, I guess the point I'm trying to make is what we're seeing up next to the bank right now, in another 3 to 4 weeks, that'll be out of the water.
It will, but up the river seems to be a little more colored in the water, and I think down the river where the water seems to be a lot cleaner, it'll keep growing on out like it did before.
Well, let's hope that happens.
I think I'm pretty sure it will, because you know that's the way it did down at Chickamauga and the other lakes. That dingy water has an effect on how deep it grows out there. That's the reason I think somewhat out there at Dale Holler, because that water's so clear out there.
Yeah. It grow right out there in 20 foot of water.
Yep.
I mean, no doubt about it. So, yeah, I can say you got a good point there, Mike. I just hope it keeps coming on, and getting better and getting thicker, and we'll have a good place to fish.
Yeah, yes, sir. I mean, I don't think if you can get enough milfoil in a lake to tell you the truth. Back when Watch Bar was really loaded with it, it was the best lake in the country as far as I was concerned. Tellico and Loudon, you know, we can remember back when we was, if you didn't have 30 pounds of fish, there wasn't no need to even come to the scales, you know.
Yeah,
Crabtree, won the Norris Craft with 37 pounds or something down there, and then we went over the next week, and it was 42 pounds. Canal, Loudon, and everybody was fishing the grass. I mean, it was just a big fish coming out of it everywhere.
right. There's no. I mean, it's just plain and simple. When they got a place to hide, they don't get preyed upon, and they, you know, till they get up big enough to protect themselves, and then that just makes more of them.
Oh yeah, yes sir. That really gives them pangolins a place to get into and hide and grow up. because when we had the mill full on watch bar, man, I tell you what, you could go down there and just pull up on one spot, seem like, and go through 2 or 3 packs of worms and catch you 30 or 40 bass, no problem at all.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes a lot more than that. And, just one fish right after the other, seemed like every cast you was getting one to hit. They would just fish everywhere. I think, what was that Reader tournament? They had 245 limits
Yeah.
of fish weighed in, and that was the 7 fish limit then.
Yeah, sure was, Mike. Yeah, I believe it was. I believe that's right. But anyway, we just hope that grass keeps coming. Folks, I want to mention my sponsors. I hadn't said a lot about them last, and you know, we had a great deal Friday before last at Citizens First there at Oliver Springs. My intent is to get to another sponsor here hopefully next week, and weather permitting, we're going to do everything we can. We show up, we gave away some shirts, and met some new people, got people that didn't know there was a fishing show going on still yet. So to help us out, whenever you're talking to your buddy or neighbor and ask them about the fishing show, you know, if they don't know about it, tell them about it, tell them when it's on and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, sir.
So I want to do that. But the sign shop down there at Harriman, they're still doing what they do, putting up signs. If you need any kind of signage whatsoever, please give those folks a call and let them try to they will earn your business. They do a great job there at the sign shop, and they do shirts and that kind of stuff. So I'm not monogramming, but the what do they call it, Mike? Screening, yeah.
Like a screen print, but it's not.
It's something else. Heat press system on the logos on the shirts. They fixed a lot of shirts for Mike and I. So remember those folks. Citizens First Bank, the 5 places, 5 branches. Just friendly people, the home cooking, whatever you want to call it. So stop by, check with them. They've got all the types of banking that anybody else has got, and give those folks a chance. Tim's Tire, man, just you can't beat them. You just can't beat them on their prices. Knox Area Rescue Ministries, those folks will be coats for the cold and that kind of thing here in a few days, if not already. So help them out if you can. Reynolds Racing and Marine, Glenn's got the side-by-sides down there. Mike, they're nice-looking vehicles, and I'm not into that, but they are nice-looking vehicles. If you're interested in something like that, go by there, give him price shop it, give him a chance to sell you one of those things he's got, because they are nice-looking machines. Rome Street Grill, best food in the country. I mean, they just knock it out.
Sure do.
And just give them a try. That's all I'm asking. Stop by there one time, give them a try, and I guarantee you'll agree with me. Pamela Ann's Fudge and Candies. Those people have all kinds of accolades from Boston, Chicago, just all over the country for their fudge and candies. So, right. And I keep waiting on Ed to tell me, and I got an email from him this week. They're real close to making something happen, and but you can get that fudge down there. They've got it in several places, but they really wanted to get this other business to sell their product, and they just about locked that up, and he's going to come over and be on the show with me whenever that goes through and tell you all himself where you can get their candies. So remember them. They're right there in Oliver Springs at Pamela Ann's Candies and Gift Shop. Shared Treasures, right across from Ace Hardware up there. Remember those folks there. Anything they can do to help you with your antiques or things you've got that you'd like to sell, they'll put them out there and where people can see them. And the Mount Pisgah Church Printing Ministry want to remember that, and that anonymous sponsor that sponsored the show to help the Bible print. Can't believe we hadn't had any call-ins, but I want to thank all my sponsors, folks. You know, I know we run our ads on the screen, but it's not like, you know, we don't want to forget them, because we couldn't be here without them, Mike.
That's for sure. That's
for sure. You wouldn't be, you know, you wouldn't be able to show us how you rigging them menders and stuff up, if, you know, without them sponsors.
That's true.
Yeah. So
Claim keeping a secret.
it looks like we may have to get one of these mender outfits to sponsor us. Well, you and Herschel's using them.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. I think we might have to investigate that, get one of these guys in here raising them minnows to be a sponsor. And maybe we could get, I still want you to get the fish tank set up over here, Mike, where you can show us how these baits look and act in the water. When you going to do that?
Well, I got a small one at the house. Might bring next week.
Well, that'd be good. I think we need to get us a fish tank. I just don't know if that 50, 60 gallon job would be the one to have over here.
No, I think this one's about a 2 gallon.
Yeah, about a 2 gallon. Well, I was kind of looking for one a little bigger than that. You know, I wanted to put a little sand in on the bottom and a rock or two here and there, and show us how you drag them baits across them rocks without hanging up.
No, I ain't got one that big yet.
Yeah. All right.
I'll keep a lookout for it, though.
How much time we got, Herschel? Okay, that's my time, right? Time period. Oh, okay. How much you need to show them commercials? Huh?
A minute.
A minute and a half, folks. Okay, Ed Galt. You should have called in. We'd have told you how to catch them fish up there at night.
Do want to remind everybody that kind of putting their boat up if they ain't going to fish no more this year, to make sure that they got it fixed where the water won't set in the foot of it and freeze and bust it. It wouldn't hurt to check the oil in the foot and make sure it ain't got no water in it and stuff on them boats, outboards, and no water trapped anywhere, because that water does a lot of damage when it freezes if your boat's sitting outside through the winter.
Good point, Mike. Glad you brought that up. We know a few people last year that lost their lower units because they had water in them and they froze and busted.
Froze and busted.
Sure, it happened. Sure will. All right, folks. Listen, God bless you. Hope to see you next week. Maybe Mike will have something better for us to look at.
Country Fresh Foods. You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store, Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors. And we also carry a variety of candy and unique gifts for you to enjoy. Come enjoy the taste you have loved for years at Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts in Oliver Springs, a division of Country Fresh Foods.
Rodney and Kay Harback invite everyone to come on over to Rome Street Grill to experience a pleasant dining experience with them. Rodney knows how important it is to get folks back to work after lunch, so they have a speedy lunch at Rome Street Grill. They will get you in and get you out. Every day they have a special at lunch or order off the menu. So go visit the fine folks at Rome Street Grill. Call them at 865-285-6025. That's Rome Street Grill, across from Jerry Duncan Ford in Harriman. Call them at 865-285-6025.